Итак, у нас туристическая поездка по провинциям Америки. Сейчас мы находимся в провинции Вустер, городе Саусборо. Боро — это типа бург, как по-немецки. У нас есть Саусборо, это южное Боро, северное Боро. Какие еще веки есть Боро? Мальборо. Вот вы, наверное, знаете Мальборо, очень знаменитое. Боро — это как бы городишко. Вот, Мальборо, всякие разные Боро. Все города, они не просто так здесь появились названия, они все в Америке. Они все в Англии. Они все... Приехали англичане и назвали так же, как они жили в тех же городах в Англии. А вообще этот район, весь большой район, несколько штатов включает, называется Новая Англия. Вот, одно из самых старых и последнее место с белым населением. Все остальное завоевано черными и цветными. Но мы за дружбу народов в других штатах.
Пусть они там живут. Мирно, все хорошо.
Вот. Значит, мы в Саусборо едем на свалку. Поэтому у нас в машине пахнет, соответственно.
Это место, где можно обменять свои товары на чужие. Мы на бензоколонке заправляемся. А то все кончилось.
Иногда нужен бензин.
Да. Мы находимся в музее старинного оружия.
Battlefield were largely fighting in a supportive role of the cavalry themselves. Many of those men, of course, were, in fact, oftentimes farmers who were holding their land in exchange for military service from a knight or other lord. So they themselves were part of the feudal system. But they weren't necessarily as professional soldiers as the mounted knights were. That system pretty much would continue in some form, evolved throughout much of the Middle Ages, and male armor would continue being the principal defense. If I was you ready? It's about a 4 or 5 pound sheet. The shirt that's on the stand over there is about 30 pounds. So part of how much nail weighs partly depends on the density of the rings. Usually the smaller the diameter of the ring, the more rings you have, the more weight you get. But also the shape of the rings too. These are rounded rings. If they were flattened rings, sometimes the weight gets better distributed. So you can have a male shirt, a halberd like the one I'm wearing, which is, in this case, it's about 24 pounds. You can have one like the one we have upstairs, which is heavily decorated. This is a war sword of the late 14th century. Not a authentic one, obviously, but a reproduction. And swords like this were designed to do two things. By this point, they're designed to still, of course, slash, and therefore that's part of the reason why the blade is fairly broad. To make it easier to swing, you've got a pummel or counterweight on the back side. That helps lighten the overall weight. Otherwise, the blade might be a little bit heavier to pick up and swing. But it's also got a nice acute point for stabbing as well. As people added more and more rigid armor to themselves, the need to try to find openings in the armor became more important instead of trying to cut them with a knife. So we're going to try to cut through the nail today. So are you ready, sir? 1, 2, and 3. Are you cut? Did you feel anything? Nothing really. Okay, we're going to do it again, and we're going to try a little harder this time.